Sarap flavors.
Tending gutom?
Isang pangmalakasang meal nga dyan.
Ito! Jollibee Burger Steak! Saucier!
Sarap!
Ito pa! May new Burger Steak Supreme! Na saucier sarap din!
Lakas!
Jollibee Burger Steak!
Iconic halo-halo ba?
Sa masangkap ka na! Chowking! Halo-halo Supreme! Sangkapa! Signature 13! Sangkapa! 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 Wow! Chowking na! Sarap na chow!
Happy birthday!
Tara! Cake na tayo!
Happy birthday to you. Thanks for the cake and party. Rich chocolate, moist and yummy. Can't wait to eat already. We just love the best tasting.
Red Ribbon Chocolate Dedication Cake. Simply irresistible.
Guys, may bago sa Greenwich! Tara! G! Set up to feel G with new Greenwich flavor-loaded thins with a crispy, soft crust. Loaded sa flavors. Loaded sa sarap. Loaded sa smoked ham. Premium pepperoni. At cheesy pa! Favorite ko na to! Kaya basta pizza, Greenwich! Flavor-loaded thins. Get 3 for only $5.99. Try flavor-loaded thins today!
Bakit siya mang inasal? Matik! Uy! Di lang pagkain ang napapasarap. Dito, anli ang bigayan. Kaya napapasarap ang labanan! Sama-sama sa saya. Kaya napapasarap ang
Tawanan!
walang husgahan. Pagiging totoo lang. Ganyan talaga dito. Kaya napapasarap pagkain mang inasal.
At a
Si
small
Kape.
cafe down the street, I saw you walking past me. Time nearly froze. I couldn't
우린 그
hold
이유를
it
알 수 없었고
then still
그냥 그렇게
looked
서로 흐릿하게 사라져갔다.
so
주문하신 디카페인 커피 나왔습니다.
back in
그날 밤 우리의 디카페인
window.
컴포즈 커피.
Ladies and gentlemen, the meeting will begin shortly.
Hello kids! Good morning! Eto na po pagkain natin! Kamusta ang pagkain mo?
Masarap po. Hindi ko pa yung kinuha.
Maaga pa lang, nagsisimula na kaming magluto. Libong estudyante mula kinder hanggang grade 6 na underway ang nag-aantay sa luto namin. Ako po si Maricel Banasihan, isang volunteer ng Busog-Lusog, Talino Central Kitchen. Isang programa po ito na pinagtutulungan ng Jollibee Group Foundation, Department of Education at ng aming LGU. Maganda ang sistema ng BLT Central Kitchen kasi isang lutuan, maraming napapakain. Sigurado pa silang malinis, ligtas at masustansya yung pagkain nila. Dito sa BLT Kitchen, siguradong husto, masarap at masustansya yung kakainin ng mga bata. Ang pagbibigay ng masustansyang pagkain sa mga mag-aaral ay isang paraan para sila ay mapanatili sa eskwelahan. Nanay din po ako. Nakakaranas po ako dati na ang mga anak ko talagang hindi rin po nakakakain. Sobrang salamat po sa BLT kasi nga po nakakatulong po kayo sa mga bata na napapakain po silang ng maayos para mas makapokus sila sa pag-aaral.
For most Filipinos naman talaga, di ba, food is our love language. Pagka nagbibigay kami ng pagkain, nakikita nila na sila pala ay pinahahalagahan. In Kawa, they do things for kapwa. It brings out the beauty of humanity.
The joy of sharing. This is a really good chance to engage with the communities firsthand. I may not be able to share all my resources, but I think it's important to share my time.
When you cook food, you put a part of yourself into the food that you are serving people.
Lahat ng tao nakakaramdam ng gutom. Thanks to Jollibee Group Foundation, we can respond, and we can respond fast. Yan ang simbolo ng relationship, ng partnership, pagmamahal natin sa ating gustong gampanan.
I believe that franchises can play a very important role to all the initiatives of the Jollibee Group Foundation. Because when calamity happen, calamity choose no place, no time. And when we do it, you can see the smile and gratitudes from their face.
For me, hot meals symbolizes comfort.
It gives you an opportunity to pursue whatever you want for the rest of your day.
Hot meals symbolize a labor of love.
Para sa akin, ang simbolo ng Hot Wheels ay simula ng pagbago.
Ang hot meal talaga, mas nararamdaman mo yung effort at nararamdaman mo rin yung pagmamahal. That ecosystem of compassion, that ecosystem of kindness is happening thanks to the Jollibee Group Foundation.
Pagsasaka talaga ang kinabubuhay dito. Pinapasa sa bawat henerasyon. Kaya bata pa lang kami, alam na namin ang hirap ng aming mga magulang. Ako po si Ariel Dizon at ang tatay ko ay isang magsasaka.
Minanalang din po namin ang pagsasaka sa aming magulang. Ako si Arnold Dizon, isang farmer entrepreneur ng Kalasag Multipurpose Cooperative. 2008, noon pong sumali ako kasama ang iba pang mga magsasaka dito sa Kalasag sa FEP. Yung training namin, dagdag kaalaman sa makabago at mas mabisang pamamaraan sa pagsasaka. Naipakilala po kami sa mga iba't ibang buyer o mga ibang institusyon. Hindi na rin kami katulad dati na nahihiya, taas daw kaming humaharap sa aming mga kliyente.
Nakakatuwa po na nagkaroon ng kliyente ang aming mga magulang. Nakakabilib ang resulta sa FEP dahil may malinaw na kinabukasan na ang pagiging magsasaka. Proud farmer entrepreneur na kami.
Marami na pong nainganyo, lalo ng mga anak ko na sumama para makiisa sa aming Kalasag Multipurpose Cooperative. Sana lahat ng magsasaka sa buong Pilipinas magkaroon ng direktang bibili ng kanilang ani. Dahil po sa natutunan namin sa FEP, siguradong maayos naming maipapamana sa aming mga anak ang aming negosyong pagsasaka.
Joyful afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2026 Annual Stockholders Meeting of Jollibee Foods Corporation. We will begin with the Philippine National Anthem.
The annual meeting of the stockholders of Jollibee Foods Corporation is now called to order. In line with existing statutory requirements as provided under the revised Corporation Code and the issuances of the Securities and Exchange Commission, the corporation is conducting its 2026 Annual Stockholders Meeting virtually. Welcome everyone to this afternoon's live webcast. In accordance with the corporation's bylaws, as chairman of the board of directors, I am presiding over this meeting. In case of any internet connection issues during the proceedings, an officer of the corporation will continue the proceedings. Will the corporate secretary please certify that notices have been sent to the stockholders and that a quorum exists in this meeting to transact business?
Good afternoon, everyone. In my capacity as Corporate Secretary of Jollibee Foods Corporation, I hereby certify that in compliance with the requirements of the Securities and Exchange Commission, the notice of this meeting has been published in 2 newspapers of general circulation, Manila Bulletin and the Manila Times, both in print and online on June 4 and June 5, 2026. The notice of this meeting and the information statement were made available to our stockholders and the public via disclosure through the PSE system on March 9 and June 1, 2026, respectively. I hereby certify that there are present in this meeting, in proxy or by proxy, stockholders representing 869,990,419 shares, or 77.63%, which constitute more than majority of the total issued and outstanding shares. This meeting is therefore competent to transact business for which it was called.
Thank you, Mr. Tanmantiong, for certifying that we have a quorum to proceed with today's meeting. Good afternoon, everyone. I am Vem King, and I will be your host for this afternoon. We acknowledge the presence of the members of the Board of Directors, JFC's corporate officers, and other members of the management team who are with us today. For good order in this afternoon's meeting, please allow me to give you a summary of the rules and procedures observed in our online registration and voting and absentia system. These rules and procedures form part of the corporation's information statement as its Annex A, which has been made publicly available via the corporation's regulatory submissions and through the corporation's website. Number 1. Only stockholders of record as of record date, May 26, 2026, shall be entitled to vote or be voted at this meeting via registration under the voting in absentia system or voting by proxy. Only those who have successfully registered through the online system or have submitted duly accomplished proxy forms as of June 16, 2026 shall participate in the meeting. Number 2. Stockholders were given until noon today to cast their votes on the matters included in the agenda. We have referred to the results of the tabulation per votes received as of June 19, 2026 as basis in proceeding with this afternoon's meeting. The final results shall be reflected in the minutes of the meeting. Finally, number 3, stockholders were invited to submit their questions to the email corporatesecretary@jollibeegroup.com. Among the questions sent, we have selected the questions for this afternoon's program.
Thank you. Let us now proceed to the approval of the minutes of the last annual meeting of the stockholders held on June 27, 2025. May we have the corporate secretary provide the voting results on this agenda item?
For the foregoing agenda item mentioned by the chairman, stockholders owning more than majority of the total issued and outstanding shares get their affirmative vote.
We now proceed with the management's report. A copy of the President's message to our stockholders is included in the annual report that is posted in the corporation's website. We have prepared a pre-recorded speech from our President and Chief Executive Officer to be followed by an audio-visual presentation.
Dear fellow shareholders, the year 2025 marked another defining chapter in the Jollibee Group's growth journey, one that reflected not only the strength of our financial performance, but also the clarity of our strategic direction and the depth of our commitment to building a business that creates enduring value. In a dynamic environment shaped by evolving consumer preferences, ongoing cost pressures, and market challenges, we stayed focused on what matters most, staying passionate about superior taste, serving customers with joy, empowering our people, strengthening our brands, and investing for the future. Our performance is a testament to the resilience of our operating model, and more importantly, to the passion and dedication of our teams across markets. We recognize 2025 as our fourth consecutive record year, delivering solid, broad-based growth across our business. System-wide sales reached 455.1 billion pesos, representing a 16.6% increase year-on-year, supported by continued momentum in both the Philippines and our international markets. Consolidated revenues rose to 305.1 billion pesos, while operating income reached 20.2 billion pesos, reflecting disciplined execution and improving operating leverage. Based on our audited full-year results, net income attributable to equity holders of the parent company amounted to 10.9 billion pesos, translating to earnings per share of 9.39 pesos. Our strong finish to the year underscores the effectiveness of our business strategies and the scalability of our platform. We remain committed to delivering sustainable returns while strengthening the business for the future. In 2025, we declared cash dividends of 3.44 pesos per share, while continuing to invest in the capabilities and expansion that will drive our long-term ambitions. Our multi-brand, multi-market portfolio remains a core strength of the Jollibee Group. In 2025, growth was driven by a balanced combination of established brands, emerging concepts, and expanding international operations. Our brands continue to gain global recognition, with Jollibee being recognized among the strongest and fastest-growing restaurant brands in the world, while Chicken Joy was voted #1 in USA Today's 10 Best Reader's Choice Awards for Best Fast Food Fried Chicken for the second consecutive year. Further underscoring the strength of our portfolio, the multi-pillar power of Jollibee, Mang Inasal, and Chowking earned the brands the distinction of being the top 3 most valuable restaurant brands in the ASEAN region according to Brand Finance. This momentum was reflected in the Philippines, where our business grew by 9.6% in 2025, driven by Jollibee at 10.4%, Chowking at 6.1%, and Mang Inasal at 15.6%. Acquired in 2010, Mang Inasal has since become one of our most powerful domestic growth engines, our fastest-growing Philippine brand, and a rising, increasingly significant contributor to the country's business. The coffee and tea segment gained strong trajectory during the year, growing system-wide sales by 44.9%, supported by robust customer demand and accelerated store network expansion. It is increasingly becoming a meaningful contributor to overall performance and a key pillar of our long-term growth strategy. Compose Coffee accelerated its growth just a year after the acquisition, with system-wide sales rising 217%, more than tripling in 2025, fueled by an expanding store network, product innovation, and delightful marketing. This contributed to the expansion of the company's international segment performance to 27%. Internationally, our businesses delivered strong performance across several markets, led by Vietnam and North America, where Jollibee continues to demonstrate its scalability beyond the Philippines and strengthen its position as a market leader. This reflects the brand's growing relevance among local consumers and its strong market presence. In our home market, we focus on sustaining brand relevance and operational excellence. Through menu innovation, value-focused offerings, and consistent execution, our Philippine brands continue to provide a stable foundation for the Jollibee Group. Beyond organic growth, we continue to strengthen our platform through selective strategic portfolio actions aligned with our long-term priorities. In January 2025, the group completed the acquisition of Tim Ho Wan, assuming 100% ownership and management control of this internationally recognized dim sum brand founded in Hong Kong. Tim Ho Wan serves as a cornerstone brand in the Jollibee Group's Chinese cuisine segment, adding a globally respected concept with strong culinary heritage to our portfolio. Chinese cuisine and dim sum remain categories with meaningful white space for a scaled, globally recognized leader, and Tim Ho Wan is well-positioned to define and lead that space as an authentic dim sum specialist, backed by the Jollibee Group's proven playbook. In its first full year under the Jollibee Group, the brand earned its 17th consecutive Michelin recognition, doubled its store network in Hong Kong, opened its first US store, and improved Google ratings from 3.8 to 4.4 in Hong Kong and Singapore, evidence that our systems can scale across markets. We also continue to elevate our position in the Philippine market by introducing distinct world-class concepts. In January 2025, we launched Singapore-founded Tiong Bahru Bakery in the Philippines, bringing its handcrafted viennoiserie and specialty coffee to the local market. Sustainability remains integral to how the Jollibee Group grows, anchored on our Joy for Tomorrow agenda that aligns business priorities with positive impact across people, communities, and the environment. In 2025, this was reflected in our #1 ranking among all Philippine brands in the Brand Finance Sustainability Perceptions Index, our upgrade to a BBB MSCI ESG rating, and continued global recognition as one of Time's World's Best Companies for the 3rd consecutive year, and a 4-time Gallup Exceptional Workplace awardee, being the only Filipino company on the list. These recognitions were matched by meaningful impact across the communities we serve. We continued to create inclusive employment opportunities for over 1,000 senior citizens and persons with disabilities nationwide, while strengthening training partnerships with institutions such as the Don Bosco Technical Institute and the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority. Through the Farmer Entrepreneurship Program, we have helped generate nearly 1 billion pesos in cumulative farmer income since 2008, complemented by employee volunteerism initiatives led by the Jollibee Group Foundation. We also made measurable progress in sustainability efforts, including shifting 99% of electricity use in our Philippine commissaries to renewable sources, potentially reducing greenhouse gas emissions by over 70% across covered sites, and converting an estimated 1,572 metric tons of food waste annually into nutrient-rich fertilizer through our waste-to-value initiatives. Supporting these efforts are robust governance, risk management, and data protection frameworks that promote accountability, transparency, and ethical conduct across the Jollibee Group. As we move into 2026, our focus remains clear: to grow profitably, operate responsibly, and build a company that creates enduring value. The scale we have achieved, the strength and diversity of our portfolio, and the commitment of our team give us confidence in our ability to navigate an increasingly complex global environment while continuing to capture opportunities for long-term growth. We remain guided by our purpose of spreading joy through superior taste to everyone. This continues to shape how we grow our brands, invest in our people, and engage with the communities we serve. We are equally focused on advancing our ambition to become one of the world's leading restaurant companies, building a business that is globally competitive, operationally disciplined, and consistently delivers superior customer experiences across markets. Before I end, let me briefly touch on the Jollibee Group's performance for the first quarter of 2026. The Jollibee Group entered 2026 with continued momentum in our top-line performance, supported by broad-based sales growth across our businesses and sustained expansion of our store network globally. Customer demand remained healthy, reflecting the strength of our brands and the dedication of our teams. At the same time, the operating environment became more challenging during the quarter, with elevated input and logistics costs, creating pressure on margins across parts of the business. In response, we have been implementing disciplined pricing actions, cost management initiatives, and operational improvements to strengthen profitability while continuing to support long-term growth. In April 2026, our 70% owned subsidiary, Jolly K Limited, completed the acquisition of All Day Fresh Company Limited. All Day Fresh operates Shabu All Day, Korea's largest all-you-can-eat hot pot restaurant chain, which is the market leader in terms of footprint, system-wide sales, and revenues. Based on current operations, the brand is expected to contribute +2% to the Jollibee Group's revenues, plus 8% to global earnings before income tax, and plus 1% to total store count on an annualized basis. The acquisition further reflects the Jollibee Group's growing execution capabilities and track record in Korea. This momentum was likewise reflected in our inclusion in the 2026 Time 100 Most Influential Companies list during the first quarter of the year, an encouraging recognition of the growing global impact of our brands, our people, and our purpose-driven growth journey. During the same period, the board likewise approved the declaration of 1.33 pesos per share cash dividend, reflecting our continued commitment to delivering value to our shareholders while maintaining financial discipline and supporting the growth requirements of the Jollibee Group. While near-term conditions remain dynamic, we remain confident in the resilience of our business model, the strength of our portfolio, and our ability to create sustainable long-term value for our shareholders. We will continue to execute with discipline, invest thoughtfully in our brands and capabilities, and stay focused on delivering long-term growth. As we continue writing the next chapter of our story, we remain guided by the belief that enduring success is measured not only by growth, but also by the joy we create, the communities we uplift, and the meaningful connections we nurture along the way. On behalf of the management, I extend our sincere appreciation to our employees, franchisees, suppliers, customers, and shareholders for their continued trust and support. Together, we will continue to bring joy to everyone, everywhere, as we expand our reach and build a stronger, more resilient, and more sustainable Jollibee Group for the future.
In 2025, the Jollibee Group had a record-breaking year, growing our global brand portfolio and staying committed to our purpose of spreading joy through superior taste. With this passion and dedication, we landed another exceptional year for the company. We found profitable growth as we expanded our global network to more than 10,000 stores and strengthened brand trust. Maintained responsible operations where we empower people and develop future talent under our new corporate brand, while building a resilient organization that leads with responsibility and creates shared value for our stakeholders. 2025 was an outstanding year for our global icons, bolstering our position across the world. Jollibee continued to deliver joy with unmatched excellence in its biggest, boldest, bravest year yet, reinforcing its status as the Philippines' #1 quick-service restaurant brand. Opening 191 stores globally just this year, Jollibee held strong as one of the world's fastest-growing and most loved food brands, garnering awards across different territories as we solidified our presence across the globe and receiving an astounding 31 recognitions from leading award-giving bodies. Smashburger launched a modernized vision of its original brand identity, anchoring the guest experience in hospitality and taste. The brand drove sales by focusing on gold standard execution while reaching new guests through menu innovation, enhancing digital engagement, and opening new stores across the U.S. Tim Ho Wan saw exponential growth, building a global standard of excellence with its authentic Hong Kong dim sum. The Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf brews greatness in new places as it strengthens its position across 22 countries and expands further towards new territories. In 2025, our multi-country favorites stood out both here and abroad. Chowking continued on its 5th year of sustained growth as the #1 Chinese fast food restaurant in the Philippines, as well as strengthening its position in North America and the Middle East. Red Ribbon accelerated sweet success with its best growth since 2023, offering its best tasting baked goods to customers across the Philippines and the United States. Highlands Coffee drove growth in global coffee exports, strengthening its flavorful legacy and expanding its reach. Milkshaw brewed success, bringing its quality beverages and artisanal touch to new markets, including the US. Beloved local brands stood out in 2025 as well. As the #1 pizza brand in the Philippines, Greenwich topped the charts, rolling out overloaded product offerings and campaigns that took over the nation. Mang Inasal continued its unstoppable momentum, delivering strong growth across sales, store network, market share, and industry recognition, further strengthening its position as the Philippines grill expert. Yonghe King opened 127 new stores, expanding through franchises in over 70 cities across China, while Hongjiangyan held its position strong as one of the top 10 congee brands in China. Compose Coffee is on track to reach 3,000 stores while continuing to earn strong customer loyalty and securing its position as the #1 value coffee brand in customer satisfaction in Korea. Our franchised brands paved the way for new wins and steady growth in 2025. Burger King Philippines made its Whopper better than ever, building for sustainable growth. Panda Express ignited a brand comeback, making its way to growth, while Yoshinoya reinforced its authority as the Philippines' home of the gyudon. Common Man opened its second branch in the country, presenting new offerings for the country's competitive coffee market, while Tiong Baru Bakery made a bold market entrance in 2025, launching its very first branch in the country. 2025 saw us looking upward and outward, strengthening our market position locally, regionally, and globally. We face the future with a stronger foundation and organization as we continue spreading joy through superior taste. We are the Jollibee Group.
And that concludes the management report for the year ended 2025.
The next agenda item is the approval of the annual report and the audited financial statements for the year ended December 31, 2025. May we have the corporate secretary provide the voting results on this agenda item?
For the foregoing agenda item mentioned by the chairman, stockholders owning more than majority of the total issued and outstanding shares gave their affirmative votes.
The next item in the agenda is the election of the members of the board of directors. But before that, our next item in the agenda is the approval and ratification of the actions by the board of directors and officers of the corporation since the last annual stockholders meeting on June 27, 2025. May we have the corporate secretary provide the voting results on this agenda item?
For the foregoing agenda item mentioned by the chairman, stockholders owning more than majority of the total issued and outstanding shares gave their affirmative votes.
And now in our agenda is the election. And now our agenda is now the election of the members of the board of directors.
Mr. Chairman, following our bylaws, the nominees included in the final list of candidates submitted to me by the nomination committee are Dr. Tony Tan Caktiong, William Tanmantiong, Ernesto Tanmantiong, Antonio Chua Puey-ing, Carl Brian Ang Tancactiong, Retired Chief Justice Artemio V. Panganiban, Cesar V. Purisima as Independent Director, Kevin Go as Independent Director, Irong Chong as Independent Director. In compliance with statutory requirements, information on the candidates is included in the corporation's information statement.
Considering that the board has 9 seats and only 9 candidates have been nominated, the corporate secretary is hereby ordered to cast all votes in favor of all those nominated, except for proxies with specific voting instructions, and that the said 9 candidates be declared elected for the ensuing term. Thus, the following are elected as members of the Board of Directors: Dr. Tony Tancactiong, William Tanuntiong, Ernesto Tanmantiong, Antonio Chua Puey-ing, Carl Brian Ang Tancactiong, Retired Chief Justice Artemio V. Panganiban, Cesar V. Purisima as Independent Director, Kevin Go as Independent Director, and Irong Chong as Independent Director. The organizational meeting of the newly elected directors shall be held immediately after this meeting. We shall proceed to the next item in the agenda, the appointment of external auditors for the fiscal year ending 2026. We wish to inform everyone that the audited financial statements for the fiscal year ending December 31, 2025 was prepared by the corporation and reviewed by the auditing firm CSIP Gores Velayo and Company. May we have the corporate secretary provide the voting results on this agenda item?
For the foregoing agenda item mentioned by the chairman, stockholders owning more than majority of the total issued and outstanding shares gave their affirmative votes.
Thank you, Mr. Tanuntiong. Prior to the meeting, our stockholders sent their questions and feedback to the corporate secretary at jollibeegroup.com email address. Among the questions sent, we have selected the following questions for this afternoon's program. The first question is addressed to our Global President and Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Ernesto Tanmantiong. Mr. Tanmantiong, with inflation and higher operating costs continuing to affect the industry, what is the company's strategy for providing affordability for consumers while protecting profitability and sustaining long-term growth? Sir?
Our strategy is to continue delivering compelling value to consumers through product innovation, carefully managed price points, and attractive meal offerings, while maintaining the quality and experience that delight our customers. At the same time, we are taking proactive steps to protect profitability through productivity initiatives, discipline and targeted pricing, procurement savings, and operational efficiencies across the organization. These actions help mitigate cost pressures while enabling us to continue investing in the business and strengthening our platform for sustainable long-term growth. Supported by the strength of our brands, our scale, and our proven execution capability, we remain confident in our ability to deliver long-term growth while continuing to provide compelling value to our consumers.
Thank you, Mr. Tanmantiong. We have another question for our Global President and Chief Executive Officer. Mr. Tanmantiong, despite already having a significant presence in the Philippines, where does management continue to see growth opportunities in the domestic market over the long term?
The Philippines remain a highly attractive growth market for Jollibee Group, with significant runway for continued expansion. While we already have a strong nationwide presence, market penetration in many provincial municipalities remains relatively low at around 15%, highlighting the substantial opportunity to bring our brands closer to more consumers across the country. Beyond store network expansion, meaningful upside remains in delivery, digital channels, day parts, menu innovation, and deeper customer engagement that drive increased frequency throughout our portfolio of brands. Supported by our strong brand equity, operational excellence, and continued relevance across generations of Filipino consumers, the Philippines is well positioned to remain a powerful growth engine for Jollibee Group over the long term.
Thank you, Mr. Tanmantiong. Now we have a question addressed to our Global Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Richard Shin. Mr. Shin, how does management view the potential of the ongoing strategic review of the international business to enhance long-term shareholder value?
The international business is a significant long-term growth and value creation platform for the Jollibee Group. We have built a diversified brand portfolio, expanded across multiple markets, and developed capabilities that position the business well to capture attractive global growth opportunities. The ongoing strategic review is intended to evaluate opportunities to further support the growth ambitions of the international business and enhance long-term shareholder value. The business has reached a scale of maturity that provides multiple pathways to unlock value over time, supported by favorable industry trends, significant white space opportunities, and a long runway for growth across many markets. Any potential transaction remains subject to further evaluation, regulatory approvals, and market conditions. Regardless of the outcome, our priority is clear: to execute our growth strategy, improve returns, allocate capital with discipline, and build a stronger global business that can create sustainable value for shareholders.
Thank you, Mr. Shin. Again, we would like to thank our Global President and Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Ernesto Tanmantiong, and our Global Chief Financial Officer, Mr. Richard Shin, for answering the questions of our stockholders. Your insights and continued commitment to shareholder engagement are greatly appreciated.
There being no other matters in the agenda, I hereby adjourn this meeting. Thank you for everyone's participation and a joyful afternoon.
Thank you, everyone, for joining the 2026 Annual Stockholders Meeting of Jollibee Foods Corporation. We value your feedback, and before you leave, we would appreciate if you could answer our evaluation form by scanning the QR code flashed on the screen. Again, thank you and have a joyful afternoon.